Keep her still. The sheriff's bark split the dusty air as the young woman stumbled forward, blindfolded, wrists bound and throat dry from hours in the heat. Her white dress was torn and smudged with dirt, sweat soaking the neckline. Townsfolk pressed in from every side, sun hats tilted to block the noon glare, mouths twisted in amusement or pity. Some were there for spectacle, others just wanted to see if the rumors were true. Was a woman really about to be traded for a sack of tomatoes? The answer stood waiting in the dirt, scruffy boots, yellow teeth, and a stained hat perched crooked on the head of the so-called trader. His wagon creaked with the weight of overripe fruit. "I ain't got coin, but I got produce," he grinned, thumbing the edge of the burlap sack. "Fair trade if you ask me. She ain't worth more'n a meal anyway." A few in the crowd laughed. The sheriff, chewing on a toothpick, shrugged. "Town law says unpaid debts mean your property. Her daddy died owing the saloon and 3 farms. She's got no kin, no coin, and too much pride to work the brothel. He's the only one making an offer." The girl didn't speak. She didn't scream. She didn't beg. She just stood there, chin lifted behind the dirty blindfold, lips parted like she was daring the wind to say something. But then someone in the back shouted, "This is wrong," and someone else shouted back, "Then outbid the tomatoes." The trader laughed and moved toward her. "Come on, sweetheart, time to earn your tomatoes." He grabbed her arm. The crowd leaned forward. The lawman didn't stop him. That's when it happened, loud enough to stop breathing. "She's my wife," every voice silenced. Heads turned, dust swirled in the street, stirred by the footsteps of a man walking alone through the divide. A wide-brimmed hat shaded his eyes, but the sun caught the edge of the scar slicing down his jaw. He was tall, broad, dirty from travel, the kind of man stories were told about after he left town. "Who the hell are you?" the sheriff growled, his hand shifting toward his holster. The man stopped just feet from the girl. He slowly removed his hat, and his face, once hidden, struck her like a ghost breaking through a memory. "Daniel," she whispered, lips trembling. He turned to the sheriff. "Name's Daniel Harper. I married her in Sweet River before I rode out to war. Got the paper in my saddlebag. You sell her, and it's kidnapping. You let her go, and I take her home. Easy as that." The crowd buzzed with whispers. The sheriff looked flustered now. "You were dead. You never came back. She's been here 3 years, waiting on nothing but silence." Daniel's voice dropped, but his tone cut like steel. "I sent letters. Every week. Bandits hit the mail runs. She never got them. Doesn't mean I was gone. Doesn't mean you get to erase me." He stepped up and untied the blindfold himself. Her eyes, blinking in the sunlight, filled the moment she saw him clearly. Tears streamed down her cheeks. "I never stopped waiting," she whispered. "I never stopped coming," he answered. The sheriff's jaw clenched. "This is a legal trade. You can't just show up and—" "She's my wife," Daniel said again, louder, "and unless you want this town's name dragged into a federal court for trafficking a veteran's spouse, I suggest you put that sack of tomatoes back on the wagon." The trader, now sweating, raised his hands. "I didn't know she was married. You just saw someone alone and thought she was yours to buy," Daniel snapped. "But she wasn't, and she never will be." A few folks in the crowd began to back away, embarrassed now, mumbling apologies they never meant to say. Someone whispered, "That's Daniel Harper. He took a bullet saving Colonel Drayton at Canyon Ridge." Another added, "I heard he walked 3 miles with a busted leg just to get his men out alive." The sheriff glanced around, sensing the tide turning. "Fine, take her, but don't expect a welcome next time you ride in." Daniel helped her step down from the platform. Her hands trembled. He took both gently in his. "Are you really here?" she asked. "I thought you were just a dream I kept alive to survive." He pressed her forehead to his. "I've been chasing this moment through hell, and I'd do it again." As they passed through the town's edge, Daniel untied his saddlebags and handed her a ring, tarnished but intact. Her ring, the one she wore the day he rode off to war. "You kept it?" she asked. "Around my neck?" "Every day." She put it back on slowly. "I don't have a house anymore," she said quietly. "We'll build one," he replied, "from scratch, with walls no one else owns." The tomatoes were left to rot in the sun, a sick symbol of what they almost let happen. But no one tried to stop them this time. The story spread fast, faster than a bullet in a saloon. A girl nearly sold, saved by a man the world thought was dead. But love outlives death. It outlives shame. It even outlives debt. The reenactment blew up online. Bust tomatoes, errant worth. Her dacha Daniel came back. She was never for sale flooded feeds. And in the last shot of the video, two riders crest a hill at sunset. Free, forgiven, and facing forward. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.